I'm going to cover several things here. Now, earlier I had mentioned Hannah Moody. That's her name. Apparently, she's active on social media. I don't know if she's active here on YouTube or not. They didn't say. They said they mentioned several other platforms, but not YouTube. She may have been active here on YouTube under a different name. I don't know. But I've got some sad news. It said she was hiking in Scottsdale this morning and didn't return from a hike. Now, they said they found her body out there. For what the news said, they didn't suspect foul play, that she may have just succumbed to the elements, kind of proving that even if you're acclimatized, they said she had about 5 gallons of water with her. Now, I don't know if she had some health emergency, if she passed out from the heat, if maybe it was foul play. I don't know. I'm just saying, knowing that, being prepared doesn't always guarantee that everything will go smoothly for you. Just putting that out there. Now, the next thing I want to cover is Glorious Life on Wheels. That's her YouTube channel. She's my age, a year or two, one way or the other. She's a single female YouTuber. Now, the comment she made on her latest video, talking about millennials, that are retired. Now, I haven't quite retired yet, but she said there would be these people. These are supposed to be, retired people, supposed to be responsible adults, but people that didn't know how to budget their money, people that would blow their money on, on fast food, on takeout stuff, something like that. Then they wouldn't have any money to have a gas money to move on. They'd have to stay where they're at until they had, till they got their next retirement check, till they had gas money to go to the next destination. Now, these are supposed to be responsible adults. You would think they would know better. Now, I would, if I was going to go out, do RV stuff, I'm not in a position where I can, just completely quit my day job and then go out on the road. But I didn't have the common sense to know how to budget my money. I learned that years ago. That's just, like I said, these are supposed to be responsible adults. Anyway, next thing I want to cover, now let me spell this out. It's VETHEIN, Guitar Works. Now, the only reason I know that name, this was the individual that was doing that's his YouTube channel. I don't know what his real name is. This was the individual that was doing the electronic repair work for Pole Barn Garage on his 80-something Buick. It's a real high-tech Buick from the late 80s somewhere. This thing had a lot of fancy electronics on it from the late 80s. He was doing the work on it. But this guy has some, most of his stuff is a guitar. Now he has some a fuzz box, a wah-wah pedal, other, guitar stuff. Now, I don't know if this is stuff that this is already available stuff that he's fixed, or if it's some custom circuits and stuff. But advice I would give to him, if this gets back to him, because I seriously doubt he'd be watching my videos, but if you know him, get back. If he's got some custom circuits that he's come up with on his own that are interesting, post a schematic on your YouTube channel. If you're using other people's circuits that you found and you think it'd be interesting for other YouTubers, ones that have electronic skills, post a circuit. Now, some of the circuits are out there. Some of the circuits are kind of hard to find. If you've got stuff that you think would be interesting for other YouTubers, post a circuit on your YouTube channel. Okay, the next thing I'm going to cover is for Nigella for me. She talked about being afraid to fall in love with somebody because she's afraid she couldn't take the heartache of losing somebody. And you can spend time with somebody. You can even hug and kiss a guy, without actually falling in love with them. But if you really seriously kiss somebody, you're probably going to fall in with it over time. But you can kind of spend time with somebody, get to know somebody without having a seriously falling in love with somebody. That's what I would suggest to anybody. Get to know somebody, before you decide to fall in love with them, and make sure that you and the person you're with are on the same page. Make sure you say, look, let's just tell the person you're with, hey, let's just get to know each other before anything's serious. That's advice I'd give to anybody. I think I covered all those except for me. Now, like I said, I've been paying my pickup about the last 4 days. I've got this trailer coming. I pieced one together and it kind of works, but it doesn't work right. I'm probably going to play with one early tomorrow morning, get out there while it's still cool, play with it, and see if I can get something where my pickup's ringing a little bit better. But I wanted to go over to Costco to get some adult beverages, but a friend of mine won't take me over there to get, I'm going to get a few other things too, so, some food and stuff. If some chick, if some mujer, if some frau wants to come over here, pick me up, we go to Costco, buy some adult beverages, and go to her house and party for the night. Some chick wants to do that. Some chick, some Herr, some Frau. Hey, if you're around here, you probably already know my phone number. Just give me a call. Let me know. You can come over here, pick me up, bring me back over here tomorrow morning. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to happen, but just tossing that out there anyway. Love y'all. Bye-bye.